Hey, sorry I'm late. I had stuff to do and I got cut off on it. Um, anyways, sorry I was. Uh, anyways, let's discuss this topic real quick because I still have. Hey, Shuni, sorry I was late. Let's discuss this real quick because there's a lot of ground to cover. Hey, sorry I was late. I had stuff to do. um, but let's get into the topic. Is Warzone the Battlefront 2 of Activision? What do I mean with that? We all recall on 2018, I think it was. Yeah, it was 2018, where the last movie of Disney Star Wars was coming out. The game was actually coming out, like Battlefront 2, and they were like promoting it with the Finn actor a lot, and they got everybody hype, hype, like, oh, this is gonna be big space battles. There's a campaign that it's right after um episode 6, in which you play the Empire side, and everybody's like, "Ooh, we're gonna be playing uh as bad guys," their version of how it went for them. And then all of a sudden the game comes out, and it's so bad. Let me just get It's so bad. It's so bad that everybody hated it. Not only because of the loot box system, but like the campaign. Like at the fifth mission, your Empire character flips to the other side with no explanation. Uh, there is no way to actually like go, hey, why you change? Even though there's another character, but it takes almost the entire game for him to be rebel, but you can see the progress, the change, because he meets characters, he gets a downfall of certain things. So for him, sorry, I was thirsty. Um, so for him to actually change is actually a credible one, instead of the one of the characters that they were promoting you. Now, yes, we had the loot box system that everybody hated it in Battlefront, and from then on, that was the tipping point, you know, for loot boxes. It is understandable that obviously the gaming community just banned up and said, "Hey, no more loot boxes, or at least not like this." You know, at least Overwatch has like cosmetic ones, but still is a grind because it's loot boxes. For example, at that point, Black Ops 4 had a ridiculous uh, loot box system. Many games that actually had loot boxes that, for example, had weapons and everything, were like, "Oh, you want this weapon that can actually change the game? Buy me some certain amount of loot boxes, and you may." It's not like you will. You may see where I'm getting at. It's like you may get this weapon. I played Black Ops 3 and I played Infinite Warfare. Even though you can get them through grinds, the the coins for the game, grinding, and you get the coins or the keys in order to open a loot box. I'm so glad that I didn't spend any money on it. Oh, well, the money that I have spent on Call of Duty is either buying the game or buying the cosmetic that I know that it's guaranteed. Because even in Cold War, there's some cosmetics that I use, but it's more so for zombies, you know. Um, but going back to the point, has Warzone become the Battlefront 2 of Activision? You can actually make the case, mostly because there has been theories about skill-based matchmaking. That if you buy something from the store, the next few matches that you get, it doesn't matter if it is Warzone, it doesn't matter if it is Modern Warfare, it doesn't matter if it is Cold War. Well, it does matter because of the cosmetics. Um, but you buy them, and then the next few matches are easy for you. Builds you confidence, and then it scales you up. Now that theory hasn't been proved because you need, you know, evidence, and even though you can say that, and every time you buy something in luck, you get a few matches that are easy for you. The company can say, "Oh well, this is like, oh well, the algorithm is like, oh, you buy, you were due." And another theory about skill-based matchmaking is that if you don't play Call of Duty for a few days, it drops your skill. So when you go back, you go in and get a few good matches, but not like 17-14. You get like ridiculous, like 30 plus kills or 20 plus kills with very few deaths that don't pass number 10 in order for you to actually just. Now, what I think Warzone has become, or more so why I posed the question that Warzone has become Battlefront 2 of Activision, it's because it's not the same things that Battlefront 2 had that affected the game. It's more so the fact that we have played Warzone for a year and a half. There is no anti-cheat on site. There is no fixed of bugs that always come with the updates that always plague Warzone, and everybody uses the infinite Steam glitch, the um, the choppers that, like, you can go underground, uh, a lot of stuff that if we pay attention to it, it's it's so bothersome. That it breaks the game. And hackers take advantage of it because they notice this in the code, and from them, it's just easy to. Yes, I think the last game that was like that, shooting, Black, oh no, not Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, because Black Ops 2, remember, had even though it came with the first free DLC weapon, but you buy camos from it. And in Modern Warfare 3 had nothing of that. The only thing that was like extra that you could get, the winter camo, was when you bought your membership on Call of Duty Elite. When that thing was, when that thing is up, it's like, oh, you buy this, it's like, but it doesn't affect the game. It's just a piece of camo. Um, yeah, but Black Ops 2 was the first one that introduced, uh, paid stuff. You want to this all this extra camos. You don't want to do the grind with each weapon. Pay me $3. Yeah, it continued until Ghost. Ghost was the same. You want this operator skin. You want this camo. You want this background. You want this calling card emblem. Um, you want to change the look of your dog kill streak into a wolf kill streak. You can do that. Where it all scale up was actually with Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer introduced the loot box system to Call of Duty. Hmm. Speaking of that, I've seen the teasers for Vanguard, and everybody's generating their theory about Task Force 141. I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm gonna get more so on the fact of the rumor that they have of the map. If it's going to be a new map, that you can access through Warzone, I hope they actually separate Warzone from Modern Warfare, because every time that I want to play Modern Warfare, I have the it's always the Cold War Warzone image that they have for the season, and I'm like, wow, come on, oh man. I don't know. I think so, but you know what? If it fails, this is the third time that. Oh no, this is actually going to be the fourth one. If this fails, if Call of Duty Vanguard fails, it's going to be Strike 4 for Sledgehammer. And what I would do from that point onwards, if this Call of Duty fails because it's Sledgehammer, I actually take them out of the rotation and remain it within game go. Yeah, no. Sledgehammers go boom. Why? Because it's the fourth time that you have created problems towards the COD community, and you have ruined COD. First one was actually no, actually this is going to be the fifth one, because the first one, even though they were not directly in front, like a main one, it was the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3, because they were in charge of it. We'll see. When they had stage, it was it was Advanced Warfare. They introduced the loot boxes. They introduced the randomness of getting items, customization, weapons. Um, they fucked up on that. That's Strike 2, but more so Strike 1. In them being in front stage. Second strike is World War II. World War II was a fucking disaster. You know, campaign, multiplayer, zombies. I think we had zombies, and I never. My brother that is a big zombies fan. He never liked it. It was like, I don't get it. This has nothing to do with Treyarchs. And then Strike Three, you can say Strike Three was last year because they were the ones that were the one to come out with the game. And now, if this year, because they had to move Treyarch, in order to save their fucking ass, uh, if in this one they are, uh, oh, they were not zombies. Oh wow! But in this one, if Vanguard fails, this is gonna be Strike Four, and they should be out. They should be out of the rotation. That tells you that they were never meant for the main games. What do you mean? So much. Yeah, I want them out because they were the ones that introduced loot boxes. Imagine if your favorite game was ruined because one of the studio wanted to be creative. We come, we had the perk system of Ghost. We had certain weapons of it. Yes, the campaign you could say was a mess, but what was multiplayer? Yes, everybody hated Stonehaven, but other than that, the multiplayer was fun. Extinction was actually fun. Yes, I understand Ackman that you had to pay for stuff, but that was just like it was going to be that way. But Sledgehammers introduced loot boxes, and it evolved into something that we all hated over time, and I hated it because it took a major step backwards on everything. You know, you could say, oh, the advanced movement is like, yeah, but then there's no gun skill. It's more so if you know the advanced movement, even if you suck at aiming and shooting, you can just evade and then just gain the upper hand. It is. It is. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Shooting. The thing with that is actually, uh, well, I think this new generation doesn't understand uh, the concept of earning money because many fathers from my generation or my around my age downwards, um, yes, it's instant gratification, but it's more so parents around my age downwards. Uh, they have their kids, and instead of attending them in the first few years as they should, they gave them uh, Nintendo DS's, iPads with certain games that have certain things that you can get through the game, but you had to pay for them. I don't know if you have heard the cases of parents like suing these gaming companies because the kids spend a shit ton of money on their credit card just to get one fucking random thing that has a 0.001% of appearing once you buy it. Um, I think it was in the Ackman's video of loot boxes that there's a case, or I think it was in the Angry Joe show news that there was a parent that mm, her kids spent like $10,000 or £10,000 on one single shit of the game, and it left the mother not only heartbroken that the company couldn't do shit on it, like reimbursed her some money or putting up a new policy like, oh, okay, it's like, oh, this game is for little kids, yes, and they did nothing, and she was bankrupt, and she had to get out of all of that debt. And the little kid was obviously, I think the little kid was like, no more video games, from the parents' perspective. So, uh, oh no, they throw you. Let me get it. Let me get it. Because it's the icon of it over here in Latin America. Let me get it. In Latin America, you get the chancla. It says 18 plus sometimes, but yeah, yeah, they, they take the money. They don't give it back or feel sorry for you. It's like, oh, but you spend it, like, but the game is for little kids, and the little kid doesn't understand the concept of gambling. That doesn't understand the concept of money yet. Everything, for example, I think one of the good things that my parents uh, taught me at a young age is like, you want money, do chores. Like, work for it, do chores around the house. And I didn't get a lot of money, but it also didn't help. Like, no matter how many chores that I did, it was like a fixed rate instead of like the number of chores you do, the number of money you get. You know, yeah. Um, Let me put it this way: it's as if Minecraft, that it is a game for kids. You want a special axe, or like the Nether axe or Diamond axe? Pay me $5. And the kid wants a lot of diamond axes or nether axes in order for she not to run out of them. And he does, or she doesn't understand the concept of money. He starts purchasing it, and because you can purchase 64 plus, no, times 5, $320 right out the gate, just to get to have 64 diamond axes or 64 nether axes. But let's say she gets both. That's $640 gone. Like, poof. Yeah. So no. And sometimes they do it behind their back, their parents' back. It's like, oh, it's like, even they tell their kid, it's like, you don't purchase anything unless I'm there and you have earned it. So you go, and so they grab the cell phone, they start playing, and then they see their parents are not around. And even though because sometimes you don't need the verification in some when buying stuff. For example, in some games, it's like, oh, I just purchased. It's like, goes to credit card. Okay, and here's the thing: even the credit card companies, If you notice, they don't tell you. Well, obviously, right now because of how security web functions. You get a notification of every time you spend money. That's good right now. But right now, in the past, you didn't get the notification that you spent it. That's interesting. Well, EA called them surprise mechanics on court, and boy, oh boy, everybody had a field day with EA. Now, Activision, they have the lawsuit against California because of other stuff. Um, but in the end, it's what I'm getting at of Warzone being the Battlefront 2 of Activision is more so not the same things. It's more so it's going downhill because of different stuff, but it's getting to the point that even though you have people playing it, but it's the top of la creme, as they put it. Fucking French. Okay, that's enough French. Um, the top tier players are hackers in Warzone. It's getting ridiculous to the point that people don't wanna play it. Even though they keep playing it, but they don't play it because of joy. They play it because of stuff. They play it mostly because it's job. Content creators and people that wanna try to get good at the game. Like low skilled players. But the fact that they see hackers, that's one. I really hope that the rumors of the anti cheat, of comes to fruition. Like, oh, they're gonna implement the anti cheat. That would actually help the game. If they release it, I don't know, during September before the release of the new Call of Duty, that would actually help boost numbers because then you can do an event in October that could actually, you know, push push the storyline. If they want to make the storyline towards through Warzone, they have to do it like that. It's like release the anti cheat in September, mid September, very early October, in order for you to actually have an audience to return. You have to verify that this anti cheat doesn't fuck up the accounts, doesn't targeted people, uh, innocent people. So I do really hope that it works because we're getting at that point, and that's why I made this quick stream. It was supposed to be, I know, was supposed to be uh, an hour earlier, but stuff to do. But yeah, and in a way, I'm glad that the loot box system is gone from Call of Duty. You know, but right now they point they make the cosmetics flashier now for little kids. Like you said, Shuni. So do we have a chance? Oh, it's okay, Shuni. Do we have a chance to actually fix Warzone? Yes. Anti cheat is the first one. Release it in September, and everybody's going to have fun because then you can actually push your little uh, Call of Duty Vanguard event that's going to transition Warzone into the new map. You can do it flawlessly. Oh no. Well, I don't know. Let's all hope that you know what I feel that's gonna happen because they have the lawsuit, and I think they're gonna do it because right now at this point, even though they have the lawsuit, like Activision Blizzard, well, it's more so. Um, if you pay attention to the lawsuit, it's more so guided towards Blizzard than Activision. But Activision, because it has partnership in it, you know, Kotak issuing the apology letter and all that stuff, because it's Activision. You know, even though he's the boss of Activision, but still there's part of it. So imagine the other studios, you know, they're gonna have the pressure to actually create like a redemption type arc on it. You know, right now, Raven is the forefront studio that it's taking care of Warzone and Cold War because even like Treyarch gone, no communication from them. Even in Infinity War, it's like where they are. I know they might be working on Infinity War. I know that it's somehow working on the new game, but Treyarch is like, no, we just delivered the game. That's it. Raven is the one that is attending Warzone. So, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Um, but I do hope that they release the anti cheat. I think with that you fix a lot of problems because then you can actually focus. Like the players can say, "Oh well, this is broken," but you can get around it. There's no more cheaters. It's enjoyable. You know. I think what they missed that was actually the ranking system on on Warzone, and I think because certain companies were starting to do it from part, calculating the ranks of everything because it was public information available of how you play Call of Duty, and even though Activision was shutting down those sites, but they should have let those sites, like instead of shutting them down, it's like buy those sites and let them flow. Have your own ranking system or have a rank playlist for Warzone, because then you can put battle royale casual, your solos, duos, trio, squads, and then you have the rank one, of the same. You have the rank one plunders like to um, get money, like play nonsense. Like there's nothing on the line, so like get more money and that's it. Or if you want to complete the Easter eggs from the battle royale perspective, you can do it over there. Because before Cold War, in order to complete Easter eggs, you went into a match of plunder, and you get the intel from it. The coins where ghosts send you the image in order for you to collect intel. And you're like, oh, okay, that's nice. So we'll see. We'll see. The mid season is gonna come. The mid season event. I hope that before that they actually release the anti cheat dev, and if not, nobody's gonna enjoy the mid season event. It's not like the Know Your History one. The Know Your History one was actually awesome because it was like the hunting of Verdansk, but it was more so because it was almost like, you know, I think at the end they said like, "Fuck it, it's Halloween. Let's get sidetrack a little bit." So, anyways, short answer for the question of the stream: yes, but differently. It's heading towards that. Um, long answer is that there's a lot of shit that needs to be fixed. That it doesn't involve loot boxes, but it involves politics within the company that is affecting the game. And I think that they need uh, to address those issues. Not only the lawsuit against California, but more so the fact that the community is tired not only of the cheaters or hackers, uh, but more so that the bugs, not having a ranking system, um, too dependent on certain perks for you to actually win. It doesn't matter which one. I think my last win is it's gonna be 2 years ago. My last win of uh, solos on Warzone, and it's not that I haven't even tried. I got close, but because you're too dependent on certain meta of weapons, on certain meta of perks, equipment, uh, it's it's gonna be a problem. But hey, let's just hope for the best. Let's hope that they get their they get their shit together and they start working on it. A couple of updates. Because I don't have all the names for the cut rewrite characters on certain side. I'm stuck. uh, that's one. There's gonna be a small stream on Wednesday. You know, I, if not, it's gonna be Friday. I'm just because we need to talk. I think the one on Wednesday is actually more puzzle because we need to discuss the new. If you're gonna put World War II weapons on Warzone, there's a huge balancing issue that we need to address, and I think it's worth talking because it's Call of Duty related. And Friday, I'm not sure. It depends on if there's a subject that comes up. And I promise I'll stream on time. It just has stuff. Don't worry. Uh, Shuni, yes, I see you. I saw your message. I'm also free tonight. I'm also free on it. So you just let me know. But hey, thanks for being patient. If you came, I'm glad. Sorry I was late. Life sometimes. You can ask Sarge. He used to stream like 2 3 times a week, and now he just streams Saturday or Sundays. So yeah, movie night. So you know, um, I would say get vaccinated, but you know, it's still a personal decision. Don't want to push anyone, but what I can actually push you towards to it's be safe, stay healthy. That's actually two things that you can actually strive for. So, anyways, until Wednesday 2 p.m. Yes, I'll stream now at time. uh, I'll see you then. Uh, and I'll talk to you on Discord, Shuni. So stay on. All right. Peace out. Stay safe and stay healthy.